Michael Jeffrey Jordan, MJ, or as Larry Bird would say, Black Jesus, is regarded by some as the greatest of all time. Now, if you ask me, I still have MJ as my GOAT, but I can see the argument for LeBron, but this isn't the type of video. Jordan in 1997 was coming off his 5th NBA championship and was again at the top of the world. Many people think that he was actually better than he was during his first three-peat, but it was some problems. Jerry Krause, who was the Bulls GM, did not want Phil Jackson back as the coach and was thinking about getting ready for what will come after Jordan. Jordan put his big boy pants on and immediately called out Krause. This nigga is really about to get rid of a team that just won 2 in a row. His supersized self is just jealous that I am him and he's not. You know what? He can't get rid of Jackson because I said so. That's what Jordan did. He claimed that he would leave if Jackson was gone. Krause agreed, but only for 1 more year will he keep this core together. This was called The Last Dance. And for more information on this year and the Bulls dynasty in totality, you should watch the documentary on Netflix. It is a very informative and this just is type of video. Now, Jordan made this year count and wanted to win his last championship and end his career at the pinnacle of the NBA. So, in 1998, the Chicago Bulls made it back to the NBA Finals against this team again. They went against Utah Jazz. Yes, the one with John Stockton and someone who will not be named. He will be referred to as number 13 in this video. Jordan won another NBA championship, and this is how he dominated and claimed his 6th NBA title. Now, before we get into it, this footage is from the 90s.
He's done with the 90s.
I know TikTok is done with the 90s, but just know it's gonna look a little grainy, so be prepared for that. Jordan gets the ball in the post as he is in his signature position. He has Jeff Hornacek on him, just baby food right there. He backs him down, and does it again, and does his signature mid-range turnaround. Just too easy. Jordan gets the ball in the corner. He gets the screen, and if this wasn't the Kobe Bryant video I made, he would show off the screen. But he doesn't. Jordan again gets to his spot, begins to back down, and does a sudden spin into his jumper. 2 defenders tried to do anything to contain him, but it didn't work, and he got fouled while making the jumper. In this next play, Jordan just disrespects the Utah Jazz crowd. The Utah crowd begins to cheer, and while they're doing that, Jordan comes off a couple of screens. He shoots the mid-range clean over Antoine Carr. Yes, another player that again I am putting you on to. This is another video where I'm passing on elite basketball knowledge. Man, I am not only funny, but also knowledgeable. Anyways, Jordan silences the crowd with his jumper. Jordan gets a screen from Luke Longley, and he drives, and look who is there. Number 13. He spins and does a layup in his face. Malone tried to reach on Jordan, but hey, you reach and Jordan teaches. If only someone had taught him not to. Jordan gets to his signature position, and he is again in single coverage again. Have these niggas not read the scouting report? That's a bucket every time. Jordan gets the ball and begins to scout how he is about to destroy his prey right now. He backs down, gets to his spot, and does his signature jumper. And you know, and I know, that's a bucket. Even the commentator knew. Look what
single coverage. And that's what happened.
Next play, Jordan. Bro, why is he in single coverage again? Do I even have to break this down? I have to. Let's go then. Jordan is again in his signature position. I ain't talking about in the bed.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
I'm typing the script and I'm low-key embarrassed I even said that and typed it out. Anyway, he is, and he begins to back him down. Jeff Hornacek has a light bulb go off. He decides to help, but Jordan can also do layups, and he does a quick move into an upper under for a beautiful layup. The Utah Jazz ended up winning this game and had the series 1-0, but Jordan still dominated, as he had 33 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and shot respectfully from the field. For my plus-minus guys, he had a +1. Jordan went into game 2 and proceeded to dominate once again. First play of the game, look at this. I'm finna turn this video off. If Jordan gets in single coverage again, Jordan has Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Yes, I know your name is Jeff, and you're about to get dominated. Jordan receives the ball and again is deciding what to do with his prey. He backs down, does a quick move, which turns to a jumper. And look, now two people want to guard him, but it's too late now, and Jordan makes the bucket. In this next play, the Jazz just gave Jordan 3 points. First off, Pippen drove to the lane and his back just gave out as he did this layup, because how do you miss this? No, pause the video and run that back. This nigga drove to the lane and it's open, by the way, and he misses this layup. But guess who was there to help clean up the scraps? His daddy Jordan. Jordan gets the tip rebound, does a 2K taunt his defender, and he just immediately passed by his defender, and then he just gets the easiest foot of all time and converts it. Now, pay attention to Jordan because you might miss it. So Jordan is either guarded by Jeff for the second game, so just know it's an easy bucket. Remember I said, watch Jordan. He gets double screened and it's just wide open. Again, wide open at the mid-range and takes an easy jumper. I don't know why number 13 is trying to box up for a rebound, because Jordan is shooting a mid-range and that's just a guaranteed bucket. Me personally, I'm just going to the other side of the court. Hey look, it's Steve Kerr. Anyways, Jordan receives the ball and does the give and go. He then sets the screen for Kerr, then does a nasty roll, but Kerr gives the Tony Q coach. Dummy. Look who Jordan has on him. Tony has the open shot, but he realizes, if I don't give this ball to Jordan, he's going to make me win 20 suicides tomorrow. I already had 10 the other day. So he passes to Jordan, who gets the easy leg. This next play is a prime example of why you don't get familiar with who you're guarding. Jordan again tries to get in position for his signature position, but the defender on him is giving him trouble. Unknown Jazz player number 76 is trying his best to play great defense, but he gets taught a lesson. While trying to stay in front of him, he didn't realize that the lane is just wide open, more open than Lara Rose in her prime. Jordan then cuts and just gets an easy layup. John Stockton is dribbling the court, and as usual, he just finds the easiest pass to do. Typical Stockton, just doing the easiest pass to get his all-time total up. The Jazz player in front is actually in front of Jordan, but what he fails to realize is that Jordan is a former Defensive Player of the Year winner. He catches the ball and puts up.
Get over here!
Jordan rises up and blocks the shot. He channels his inner Dikembe Mutombo and said, "Not in my house." Jordan dropped 37 points in this game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal and 1 block, and the Bulls tied this series 1-1 and move on to Game 3 to try and take a lead in this series. Now in Game 3, it was a massacre. If I tell you the final score, you might not believe me. Jordan begins to dance with his defender. He gets screens from Luke, but then decides he doesn't want them and wants to take this nigga alone by himself. He gets into the signature position and everyone is expecting a jumper. But you know what they say, expect the unexpected. Jordan does a spin and gets to the lane. He gets around the defenders and does an easy, beautiful layup. So beautiful, it make a grown man cry. Jordan gets the ball and gets a screen. But instead of taking the mid-range, he allows his defender to come back on him. He does a nasty crossover. He has the shot but passes it up. He decides to spare his defender and not score. What a good D Jordan decides to, oh, never mind. He cut him and hit the ball. This next play is so quick, you might miss it. Jordan shoots fadeaway jumper. This next play, I don't know if I'm watching Jordan or prime Stephen Curry. Jordan dribbles up the floor and look at who he has on him. I'm about to enjoy this a little too much. Jordan receives the screen but calls it off. He passes it, then begins to run around off ball. He gets to the corner, receives the ball, but then gives it back. And then again, starts to move off ball. He then gets back into a position with Stockton still on him. And do you have to play this? Jordan then goes to the lane. Ha! I bet you thought he would do a jumper. No, he does a layup over Greg Foster. The Bulls won this game 96-54.
Oh my God!
Yes, 96-54. An absolute domination of a game. The Bulls were now up 2-1 and moved on to Game 4. Jordan comes off some screens and gets a chance to shoot a mid-range, but instead passes out of the shot. Instead of Jordan going back to the perimeter, he takes the opportunity to cut to the lane and get an easy layup. These niggas cannot stop Jordan to save their lives. The Jazz again just give Jordan another easy mid-range. Jordan comes off screens and then just has the most space he ever seen in his life. He takes the time to shoot and make that midi. He needs to be stopped. Jordan again receives the ball in his signature position. He really is just picking his team apart. He has him in his jumper position, but he puts his head down and makes the easy lay. The coach needs to call for a switch because Jeff is getting fried. Jordan receives the screen, and the bigger plays horrible drop coverage, and Jordan gets the easy mini again. Now, this play is the definition of foreshadowing. Jordan has Byron Russell on him, a name you'll hear very soon. Jordan dribbles on him, does a spin, and does a floater to beat the buzzer. You will hear this name soon in a more defining moment. The Bulls won this game 86-82 and were up 3-1 and trying to win the championship without having to go to a game 7. But unfortunately, the Jazz pushed back and they won game 5 and made this series 3-2. Going into game 6, Jordan was ready to put this series away. After losing game 5, he was going to make sure this series would not have game 7 as a feature. Jordan again has Stockton on him. Someone get this man off him. Jordan just gets easy buckets once again. It's funny how Stockton tried to reach to throw him off. Man, that nigga's so overrated. Jordan again hides himself in the cluster of screens, and it's just wide open. Wide open. Again, wide open. He shoots the 3 and makes it. Another defensive possession coming up. Number 13 is in the post on Dennis Rodman, and Jordan comes over to that side. Jordan points at the ball, and he just knows that ball is a little bit too loose in his hands. Number 13 tries to post up, and when he gathers, Jordan smacks the ball out of his hands, which allowed Pippen to grab the ball. This play again is foreshadowing. Jordan is again the top of the key, and he isn't Cash Nasty with his hot spot, but he has Byron Russell on him again. He dribbles, gets a screen so he can get open in mid-range. He then dribbles up and creates space for an open mid-range. Just too easy. Jordan again is in his signature post position. He gets the ball and his defender is being a little bit too aggressive. He dribbles, gathers, does a quick up under for a beautiful masterclass layup. This nigga is torching him in the post. Jordan again is in the post and has Jesus Christ. Someone call for a switch because Byron Russell cannot guard this man. Jerry Sloan, do something because your player is about to get murdered. Jordan dribbles, fakes, dribbles to the left, and just shoots over him for again another easy mid-range. Pippen is broken back to the top of the key. He passes to Jordan in the post, who again has Byron Russell on him. He immediately attacks, does a spin on one side, and then goes to the other for his iconic mid-range jumper, and he drains it. Now, the game is beginning to wind down, and the Jazz are up by 3. It is 41.8 seconds left. Pippen inbounds to Jordan, who was at the perimeter. He dribbles up and he immediately attacks to the paint. He just goes past the defender, and even with number 55 trying to help, it doesn't matter, as Jordan gets the layup and makes it only a 1-point game. Now, it's time for the iconic play that you've been probably waiting for this all video for me to break down. Number 13 gets the ball in the post. He is again exposed, and Jordan is able to get a crucial steal to help the Bulls get the ball back. Jordan gets the ball and dribbles up. He has 15.2 seconds left, and he is left all alone. Left alone with Byron Russell. Jordan dribbles up and is going for the final shot. Russell begins to play up farther on Jordan as he's beginning to realize. Jordan dribbles up to the mid-range area where you know he's deadly from. Russell plays too far into him, and Jordan brings him back, and oh my God. Look at Russell. Jordan dropped him. Jordan made him do a Juno pose before Sabrina was even popular.
Have you ever tried this one?
Russell needs to get credit for doing the first ever pose. Then Jordan, who is wide open, makes the easy jumper and seals the game for the Chicago Bulls. And that was it. Jordan was able to capture his 6th NBA championship and another 3-peat. Jordan, at the end of his career, was able to retire at the pinnacle and again gave his all to the Chicago Bulls. Now, we're not going to talk about Jordan and the Washington Wizards. Unless y'all want a video on that, I'll do it. Anyways, this was how Michael Jordan dominated in his last NBA Finals.